I love getting video feedback. I mean, even if you post a video to YouTube as a response to a video that we've uploaded, or maybe you've uploaded a video with a question, or maybe you want to make a discussion point. I've done this before. Well, what I'm about to do, playing a video full screen as submitted by a user inside the YouTube community, and this, um, I'm just gonna press play here.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. How are you, Chris? Are you having a nice day? My name is the Creative Robot, and I make videos on YouTube. I decided to make a video response for you because I too am a big fan of the community aspects of YouTube. My videos tend to be mainly about creative, and I wanted to ask you, why have you never done a video about them? Creative was the inventor of the first talking computer, the Sound Blaster line of sound cards, and have gone on to diversify into many fields such as MP3 players. They certainly have earned their place in the technology industry, and so it seems a bit odd that in all of your videos, and I have seen all of them, you have not taken them on as a subject matter. I know at various points you have owned creative hardware such as speakers, and at one point I believe your lovely wife Ponzi owned a Zen Micro. And so I would like to hear from you about your thoughts on creative, your experiences with their hardware and software. There is always room for improvement, so please don't be afraid to be critical if need be. Feel free to check out my other videos. As a Weird Al fan, my interview with Steve Jobs might be of particular interest to you, and I hope to hear from you on the subject soon. So with that, I say goodbye, and I hope to hear from you on the subject.
I'm going to pause him right there. Well, you'll understand when we get to the end of the video. Thank you for asking that question. He's wondering why I've never done any videos on creative. And it's certainly not because I haven't owned any creative products, but in recent years, I really haven't purchased any creative products because I haven't really found any creative products worth purchasing. My history goes all the way back to when I first started using a PC, and you had to install a sound card. It was an old Sound Blaster, very old. I couldn't tell you the model, but I remember there was software. Remember, this is the days before Windows. There was software. This was on like a 386 SX, I believe. Software called Dr. Sbatzo, and you could type in what you wanted it to say, and then it would say it. And of course, we were kids, so it was always like swear words. We just made the computer swear. I don't know if Dr. Sbatzo is still around, but that was like, it was so cool to hear sound coming from the computer like that. And of course, I also had a Commodore 64, which had, amazing sound, probably better sound than the PC at that point. And then over the years, I had a great interest in the evolution of the sound card. I remember when the AW 32, I want to say it was the AW 32, AWE 32, came out because one of the things that it promised was better sound quality, not just for games, which I wasn't interested in back then either, but more for MIDI. I mean, the samples were like wavetable, like high quality samples for MIDI. And yes, indeed, on those sound cards, my MIDI sounded amazing. And I love MIDI. I've done videos on MIDI before. I'm looking for a better MIDI experience on Mac OS X. If anybody knows of a good one, please let me know. Email address is chris@perlo.com. And then one of my first MP3 players that I decided to purchase after holding off for years and years was the Creative Nomad. No, hang on. This is what I was looking up as he was talking. Yeah, the Creative Jukebox. It was a Zen. I think it was Zen 2.0 or Jukebox 2. It was a bigger one, and it was a 60 gig. Again, I'm scanning my own memory banks for this. And I got that because it was at that point the only MP3 player on the market that had such a high capacity, 60 gigs. At least maybe it was 60, maybe it was 20. Was it 60 or 20 now? Oh God, it's been so long. I can't. Anyway, it was the biggest or highest capacity MP3 player you could find, and plus it would play WMA files as well. And I had both, of course, on my system. However, since then, I really haven't. Actually, hang on. I haven't really purchased any creative products since then, largely because, well, none of them have been really that interesting to me. I just remembered that I killed that that MP3 player, but I saved the hard drive here. I'm looking for capacity. 60 gig, indeed, 60 gig. My memory was correct. There we go. That's a little hard. This is the only thing that I have now that was from Creative. Well, I guess it was Fujitsu, but it was in the Creative product. But one thing that's always plagued Creative products has been software. And if I had to give a grade over the years with Creative software, it would likely be in the D plus range. Maybe on a good day C minus. I just always found it lacking. It wasn't designed very well. Wasn't clean. It just wasn't integrated as it could have been. And when I got the Creative Zen or the Jukebox or whatever the heck it was, I had to find third-party software. And this is another site that I was looking up. I went to redchairsoftware.com, and they're still around, and I ended up buying a license for Not Mad Explorer, and this would allow me to interface with the data on the Creative Jukebox or the Creative whatever it was through the Windows Explorer. I didn't have to use their software, which was just lackluster. It was really bad. And so I used third-party software, and it was great because it was integrated. Like, it was right there within the Windows Explorer, and I loved it. It made it usable. It made the MP3 player usable. And then, of course, I've had speakers, and the speakers served me well, or at least well enough. And then, of course, now that I've become more of a cross-platform kind of guy, and now I have an iPhone, which is my music player, not just an MP3 player, certainly, I just haven't found a need to get any creative products. Nothing really draws me in, and that history that I had with their software was just kind of, and even their hardware, sometimes interfacing with it was kind of, so I think that's the reason why, is they haven't really created anything that I really want to take a look at. I mean, just looking at their website now, I mean, they've got, it looks like a competitor to either the Kodak ZI6 or the Flip with a camera. Of course, they've got their sound cards. Let's see here. X-Fi wireless audio for your notebook. Assumedly, it wouldn't work with Mac OS X, and I really don't need it. So I don't know. That's the reason why. I mean, I guess I haven't seen or heard anything that I really need that could work between operating systems. If most of the stuff that they do is either PC based, or maybe I'm not going to rush out and buy their what is it called? Hang on, their Vado VADO Pocket Video Cam HD. I'm not going to run out and get it because I haven't heard a lot about it, and I've already got a couple, so it would kind of be a waste of money at this point. So unless I hear the community kind of buzzing about creative products again, I'm not likely to pay attention to them. I really don't know of many vendors that are still in Creative's market, and I think Creative's kind of spread out. Looks like they've got, of course, their sound cards, which I really don't need, MP3 players, which I really don't need, speakers, which I really don't need. The webcams that they had were never that amazing, and then headphones and headsets, which I really don't need. So that's why I just don't need the stuff that they have. And even when I did, my experience over the years with them, I always found them to be okay enough, but not amazing, and that's a difficult proposition for someone like me to face. Is like, do I take a risk and try it, and not, what if I don't like it? And that's happened enough times, and again, especially with the desktop software experience with Creative, I always found it to be lackluster. And the hardware, it was okay. I mean, this 60 gig drive worked, but that I think was more to Fujitsu's credit. I had to destroy the MP3 player because the user interface was bad. It was laughable. Like, trying to use that today is just like, whoa, dude, seriously. So that's my I was being honest. Thank you for understanding and letting me be brutal with my honesty. Everybody's going to have a different opinion as far as creative stuff is concerned. And maybe everybody out there, will be able to follow up and say why they are or are not using Creative's products, and for reasons. I mean, I've gotta hear the reasons, and that's really what's going to either not push me away from Creative's products or not necessarily draw me in, but help me make decisions. I listen to what the community says about things. That's what drew me into a lot of the products that I surround myself with today, is what the community says. I'm not an MP3 destroyer. Give me a break. But anyway, Creative Robot, thank you for the video submission, and I'm going to let you tail it off here. As soon as I tell people, again, my email address, chris@pirillo.com. You're welcome to do a video response or post your own video. I may be able to play it back and then respond, much like I'm doing right now, in a separate video. You're also welcome to stop by our community of geeks at geeks.pirillo.com. Plenty of things you could do there. Over 10,000 registered members as of today. Yay. We've not been around for 3 months yet, and I would say the community is going strong there. And then, of course, you're also welcome to stop by the chat room, be a part of the live video experience, because I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and now I'm going to let the Creative Robot finish up the rest of this video.
Soon. So I'll be keeping my eye on you, because I only have one, at live.pirillo.com. I'll see you later. Oh, that's right. I don't have fingers.